The following professional wrestling exhibition requires discretionary viewer participation.
Hi, fans. Fairfax, Virginia is the backdrop for this evening's Rwl Sn Rl. Glad you're here. I'm Wally Cardill, along with Johnny Bianco and GM Tex Lynch. Gang, we're just a few days away from Coliseum Games, so tonight's card is a little something of a warm-up to our first 2026 Supercard.
Hi out there, fans. And tonight's card will feature some of the stars we'll be seeing in Philadelphia at Coliseum Games. So it's gonna be an exciting prelude to Tuesday's Supercard.
SP1 Scotty Priest, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Vivacious Virginia Austin, and a whole slew of other RWL stars on tap for tonight's Sn Rl.
And who's excited for Coliseum Games Tuesday? How's everybody doing tonight? I know I am. Wally, Johnny, we got a terrific lineup on tap this evening. You already mentioned some of the big stars that are going to be in action tonight. But that's just barely the beginning. We're only scraping the surface of this iceberg. Let's get this party started right away with our opening contest with Boston Connor of the Toxic Table, accompanied by AJ Hawk, facing the $1 Million Man himself, Ted DiBiase.
Good evening, Fairfax, and welcome to Rwl Sn Rl. Our opening contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by AJ Hawk, representing the Toxic Table from parts of Moon, Wing on Moon, here's Boston Connor.
Toxic Table has sure grown a pair thanks to being absorbed by Bell Unlimited, and tonight, the Hamburglar, Rubble, is moving up to the $1 Million Man. Thoughts, GB?
Connor, out of all the members of Toxic Table, seems to be the most self-important of the bunch, and with the absolute highest opinion of himself. That kind of bravado might not be able to stand up to a seasoned veteran like the $1 Million Man. Only don't shatter Boston Connor's illusions of grandeur.
He has pulled off a pretty major upset or two previously, but I think he might be in over his skis with this match.
I can tell you this much, Ted DiBiase does not care for the Toxic Table, guilt by association. If they run with Too Short Popeye, they are definitely the enemy as far as the $1 Million Man is concerned.
His opponent from Omaha, Nebraska, weighing 256 pounds, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what, while Ted DiBiase and I have worked together, our frenemy status still remains undisturbed. But in this particular matchup, I am definitely rooting for the $1 Million Man because I have absolutely no interest in seeing the Toxic Table make any more progress.
And we can't even comfort ourselves with Too Short's absence, since the Toxic Table has picked up a few fine pointers on cheating from their new boss. And don't be surprised to see AJ Hawk involve himself in this match.
I would not be the least bit surprised, but you got to keep in mind, Ted DiBiase's got a lot of experience, especially with jerks on the outside trying to distract him.
It's never really been one of my favorite things, but I gotta admit, seeing DiBiase shove that $100 bill down Boston Connor's gullet would be kind of satisfying, at least to me.
Hey, guys, you got to admit, Myron started us off pretty interestingly this week. The Hamburglar. Oh, man, this is going to be interesting. All right, referee Charles Lucera sounds the bell, and off we go. Hey, lock it up. The $1 Million Man catching elbows to the midsection from Boston Connor. Connor moves in on the $1 Million Man. Hard whip to the ropes. An elbow to the face, and down goes the $1 Million Man. A rebound off the ropes and a leg drop. Boston Connor chaining those moves together pretty well. The $1 Million Man catches a set of right hands and a double shot to the midsection. A bounce off the ropes and a flying elbow. Ted DiBiase having himself some problems here in the early goings. Boston Connor takes himself to the top left turnbuckle. The $1 Million Man slowly making his way to a standing position. And here we go. Flying crossbody in close quarters. Not badly done. Hate to admit it. Chop to the chest of the $1 Million Man. Whipped into the far left corner hard. A headlock punch to the face. Boston Connor absolutely showing out. Electric teardrop to the $1 Million Man. With A.J. Hawk looking on, the $1 Million Man rolls to the outside, and here comes Boston Connor right after him. Boston Connor with a stomp to the midsection of Ted DiBiase. And a stomp to the arm. Referee Charles Lucero already counting. Boston Connor whips him towards the barricades. Man, the $1 Million Man mounting like zero offense. A stomp to the belly, and he walks it off too. Okay. The $1 Million Man back on his feet, gets a hold of Boston Connor. But again, elbows to the midsection. Ted DiBiase seemingly unable to mount any real kind of offense. Elbows to the midsection from the $1 Million Man to Boston Connor. Connor locked up by DiBiase. Gets into the ring post time with the title on the line. You can play it anytime, even if you're 99. Sorry about that, had to. The $1 Million Man back inside the ring. Boston Connor a little bit tentative about getting back in there. Don't know why. He's been in control for most of the match. Ted DiBiase whips Boston Connor to the ropes. Back body drop, and down he goes. The $1 Million Man done playing around, gouging the face of Boston Connor. Yeah, I guess he means business at this point. The $1 Million Man indicating to the fans that he is all right. Boston Connor laid out. There's the fist drop, as only the $1 Million Man can deliver it. Ted DiBiase all the way up on the top turnbuckle. Here we go. Diving crossbody right across the chest of Boston Connor. Here's a pin. 1, 2. Near fall, but Boston Connor getting that right shoulder up just in time. The $1 Million Man. Ooh, with a deliberate stomp to the face of Boston Connor. Boston Connor counters and sweeps the leg, takes the $1 Million Man down to the canvas, moves in on him. DiBiase locks him up from behind. Takes a walk with him to the far right corner. Hits first into the turnbuckle. He goes with a chop across the chest from the $1 Million Man. And finally, Ted DiBiase's woken up. There's a headlock punch to Boston Connor. A hard shot to the back of the head. A swing and a miss there, but a hard right connects. Boston Connor nails him with a couple of rights, has him up, and there's a rear breaker from Boston Connor. A chop across the chest of the $1 Million Man. Another rebound off the ropes, another flying elbow takes DiBiase down to the mat again. A.J. Hawk encouraging Boston Connor to keep going. Apparently he is doing pretty good for himself. Forearm takes DiBiase down to the mat again. There's a stomp to the midsection. The rolling elbow kind of misses on that one. DiBiase rolls out of the way. Misses with the running kick. Boston Connor gets a hold of him. Hard whips him to the ropes. Ducks under. Here comes the $1 Million Man. Here's a leapfrog. And a drop toe hold from Boston Connor. What up? Boston Connor locks up the $1 Million Man. Oh, look at this. Pile driver. And the $1 Million Man rolls out of the ring. Apparently he didn't get all of it. Boston Connor locked up by the $1 Million Man. He counters. There's a clothesline to Ted DiBiase. A stomp to the midsection. The rolling elbow definitely found the mark on the back that time. A.J. Hawk rallying the fans here in Fairfax. Boston Connor tuning up the band here. And here he comes. Super kick right across the face of the $1 Million Man. Boston Connor collapses to the canvas. Apparently DiBiase did some kind of damage. Boston Connor crawling his way towards the $1 Million Man. Finally gets himself stood up. Oh, now. The $1 Million Man rounded up by Boston Connor. Hard whip to the far right corner. Boston Connor gathers him up, delivers a scoop slam, and immediately goes for the pin. And that's 1, 2. No. The $1 Million Man kicking out of that one at 2. Boston Connor a little bit frustrated. Boston Connor takes himself to that top far right turnbuckle one more time. Drops the elbow across the chest of the $1 Million Man. Rounds up DiBiase again. Whips him into the far right corner. Yanks him back out again. Scoop slams him one more time. DiBiase trying to get back. Oh, man, he is flailing. Boston Connor on the top again. This time, a curb stomp right to the face. Here's a cover. 1, 2, 3. No, that is the end. I don't believe it. Boston Connor picking up a win over Ted DiBiase.
The time, 5 minutes and 47 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Boston Connor.
Oh my! Well now, Boston Connor picking himself up an upset win over the $1 Million Man. Well, that is not going to sit well with Ted DiBiase, no matter how happy the Toxic Table might be. We'll be back with more Rwl Sn Rl in just a minute. Well, alright gang, up next, Cruiserweight competition with the master of Japanese strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura, locking it up with former Cruiserweight champion, SP1 Scotty Priest.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura in a single tonight, without tag partner Akira Tozawa. And while Priest and Nakamura have only met a few times over the years, splitting the wins and losses, SP1 is determined to win this one, his first match since Memphis Million, where he had one of the shorter stays in the Battle Royal, won by Eddie Guns.
Priest has said publicly that his performance in the Memphis Million was not only a personal disappointment, but it's not the way a former multi-time champion should be seen. So this one's all about redemption for Priest. But can he get past Mr. Japanese strong style?
That is the operative question, Wally. And Shinsuke Nakamura, whether he's alone or with Akira Tozawa, is one badass piece of work. And him and SP1, like you said, have split the wins and losses, which means they're both equally talented. That's a tough call. I'm not even going to try and figure this one out.
Given both their excellent track records, I've got to say to close to call for me.
While SP1 can totally use a win here, he and Nakamura are pretty familiar with one another's techniques, so don't expect a whole lot of second guesses here. But instead, we'll probably see a lot of counters. Back and forth between these two stars. One thing is true, both these guys can go, and they can both fly when they want to. Should be a good one.
And man, Mr. Nakamura-san certainly has himself quite a few fans in the building. I mean, you can hear it.
His opponent from Glen Burnie, Maryland, weighing 192 pounds, SP1, Scotty Priest.
Well, Priest had a good first half of the year. He was at one time the Snarl Television Champion and the Cruiserweight Champion all at the same time. But the other half of the year did not fare very well, and it ended with that horrible performance at the Memphis Million. Priest got eliminated pretty quick. He's taken a couple of weeks off to think it all over, and he is back tonight, determined to get back on the road towards that Cruiserweight Championship held by Gary Galaxy. Now he's going to have to get through Shinsuke Nakamura to make more progress. Should be a great matchup, like you said. Alright, well, SP1 trying to put behind that dismal appearance in the Memphis Million into the rearview mirror against Shinsuke Nakamura. Alright, and here we go. Referee Charles Lucera sounds the bell. They lock it up. Nakamura with the upper hand on knee to the midsection of Priest in the corner. Shinsuke Nakamura putting the boot to the throat of SP1 and a stomp to the chest for good measure. Priest laid out near the corner as Nakamura takes himself topside. And here we go. Elbow drop right across the chest of SP1. Scotty Priest in some trouble right away as Shinsuke Nakamura starts to pull away quick. Nakamura with another knee to the noggin. was Scotty Priest. Priest rounded up. Nakamura flips him back into the corner again. But Priest puts on the brakes, counters, and puts him in the corner. There's a kick to the ribs. He misses the grapple. Nakamura tries to grab him, but too late. SP1 with a wheelbarrow bulldog on Shinsuke Nakamura. Low DDT from SP1. Priest with a stomp to the arm of Nakamura, and now he's going to take himself topside. He's got his target sighted as Nakamura makes his way to a standing position. Here we go, and elbow right across the top of the dome. Followed up with a stomp right to the face. Priest with another double stomp to the arm that time. Nakamura rolls to the outside, rolls back in for a reset. Priest, again, too fast. Cross body off the ropes to Nakamura, and here's a pin with a hook of the leg. 1, 2, Oh, just a 1, says the official. SP1 rounds up Nakamura. Whips him towards the ropes, and a nice power slam. Dead center ring. Nicely done. SP1, former Cruiserweight and Snarl television champion once at the same time. Starting to really open up here on Nakamura. Priest locks up Nakamura again, but he counters with elbows to the midsection. Backs Priest off. Locks him up again. Up over the shoulders into the fireman's carry. Walks him over to the corner. And snake eyes head first into the turnbuckle. Priest collapses into the corner. And again, Nakamura going to put the boot to the throat of SP1. Follows that up with another stomp. As Nakamura backs out and Priest rolls out towards center. Now into an armbar stretch. Shinsuke Nakamura turning it around again. The momentum shifting towards his side again. Nakamura with another knee to the side of the head of SP1. And right back into the armbar stretch again. One thing about Shinsuke Nakamura, he is consistent. Nakamura rounds up Priest again. Whips him towards the ropes. Here he comes, and German release suplex and a nasty one. Shinsuke Nakamura back in control of this match. Despite SP1 starting to mount some serious offense here, he locks it up with Nakamura. Nakamura goes behind on him. Drives a knee into the upper back. Priest rolls out to the floor. Nakamura takes himself to the top turnbuckle. And here we go. Oh, man. Ow. He totally missed that one. And I know his knee hurts like hell right now. There's a kick to the midsection and a face buster on the floor on the outside from SP1. Referee counting. Nakamura tossed towards the timekeeper's area as Priest makes his way back in over the top rope. The referee continuing to count Shinsuke Nakamura, and Priest taking himself a little sit down as Nakamura makes his way back inside the ring. And again, another. A wheelbarrow DDT that time. Dead center ring. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1. Not even a 1. Nakamura kicking out of that one pretty quick. An overhand right from Priest. Another rebound off the ropes. Another flying crossbody. Dead center right in the heart of the logo. Priest rounds him up. Another kick to the midsection. SP1. Oh, man. What a move. He just bent like a bow. Nakamura laid out near the corner of SP1. With a frog splash. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg again. 1, 2, 3. That is about to close this case right here. SP1 picking up the win over Shinsuke Nakamura by pinfall.
The time, 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Scotty Priest.
I have been waiting to say this for weeks. And now, at 4 minutes and 37 seconds, I get to. It ain't even go 5, baby. It ain't even go 5. SP1 taking himself a little pinfall win over Shinsuke Nakamura in pretty impressive fashion and in pretty impressive time as the frog splash that did it. Alright folks, more RWL Sn Rl when we come back. Up next, tag team competition.
Alright people, we are back with our first tag match of the night. Setting Splendid Bobby C and Sensational Fabiolas, Team Splendid, rejoining us tonight and set to go 2-on-2 against the team of Karrion Kross and Mad Dog Mark McKay. following tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Beverly Hills, California, at a splendid combined weight of 440 pounds, Splendid Bobby C. and sensational Fabulous Team Splendid.
Just a few weeks since Team Splendid's last match, which they lost to the Vandal Brothers, but the deck was stacked against them with Jay and Ace Vandal. And this week, going up against another set of heavy hitters in Cross and McKay, who haven't done too badly for themselves since forming their partnership. And they do have the added benefit of both Scarlet Bordeaux and Miss Morsex ringside, and that's gonna be kind of a disadvantage to Team Splendid.
Again, don't be fooled by their appearance, because Bobby and Fabi can and will mess you up good, given even half a chance. They might look like they'd be out of their element against Cross and McKay, but that's really not the case.
It's what you call a deceptive appearance, GB. You look at them and you really can't take them too seriously, but then one day you're counting the ring lights and getting pinned.
Their opponents, first accompanied by Miss Morse X from Ithaca, New York, weighing 205 pounds, Mad Dog Mark McKay.
And here's the first pair of this interesting little quartet. Mad Dog Mark McKay, accompanied by Miss Morse X, still sporting her nice new mask. And Mad Dog Mark McKay, it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen him recently. And oh man, what a match this is going to be between Team Splendid, Mad Dog Mark McKay, and Karrion Kross. And you ain't kidding, with those girls at ringside, it's definitely going to be a challenge for Team Splendid. Mad Dog Mark McKay, how about this, huh? He's made a real impact in the time he's been here. Him and Miss Morse X.
And this tag match will be a little tune-up for McKay, who's already signed to face Eddie Guerrero in a best-of-3 falls knockout cage match. Geez, how do you even get ready for something like that?
That's what I was just thinking. How do you practice not getting knocked out twice? It sure doesn't sound easy. His partner, accompanied by Scarlet Bordeaux from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 234 pounds, Karrion Kross.
You know, guys, I'm okay with Karrion Kross. I'm even okay with Scarlet Bordeaux, but what I'm not cool with is this video, because it makes me keep thinking Raven's supposed to be coming out. And if you think it's supposed to make Raven come out, leave it in the comments. Mad Dog Mark McKay's tag team partner, Karrion Kross, accompanied by the inarguably attractive Scarlet Bordeaux. And what a partnership those two have formed recently. And they've both got the lovely valets at ringside, and that's double trouble for whoever they're facing in a tag team match. In this case, it's going to be Team Splendid. Bobby and Fabi. Oh, man, I'm amped about this one. I really am.
Okay, so you can't call a winner either one of you. Okay, well, next question. Who would you not mind seeing pick up the win here?
I'll go total polar opposite here and say Kross and McKay, just based on their past record.
Well, it kind of makes good sense. I would love to see Bobby and Fabi pick up a huge upset win here over Kross and McKay. No, I got nothing wrong. I got nothing against Karrion Kross and Mad Dog Mark McKay. You understand that. But there's just something about Team Splendid. You just kind of always want to root for the underdog. You know what I mean? And there is just one other thing. The backstage management could really hurry up with these intros so we can get it all behind and get down to the match at hand. I will give it to Bobby and Fabi. They are pretty good. But I don't know about them and Karrion Kross and Mad Dog Mark McKay, though. McKay starting it off against Splendid Bobby C. As referee Charles Lucero sounds the bell, they come center ring. A left from McKay winds up the arm on Splendid. Splendid tags with the right. Bobby C comes off the ropes and a flying punch takes McKay down to the canvas. Mad Dog Mark McKay back up on his feet. Splendid Bobby C whips him to the Team Splendid corner. Here comes sensational Fabulous. And a double team incoming for Mad Dog Mark McKay. Off the top, flying shoulder, as Sensational Fabulous takes over for Team Splendid. A set of wrist clutch kicks to the back, a kick to the face. Fabi rounding up McKay center ring, laid out on the canvas, stretching both arms. Team Splendid not doing too bad for themselves in the early goings here. There's a double set of knees to the back of Mad Dog Mark McKay, with both Miss Morsex and Scarlet Bordeaux looking on. Oh, here comes Splendid Bobby C again. McKay face down on the canvas near center. Bobby flips him over. Drives a knee into the leg of Mad Dog Mark McKay, Scarlet Bordeaux. Up there on the apron. Oh. They got two of them out there. That's going to be interesting. Hard rights and a stomp to the midsection from Splendid Bobby C. The Splendid one drives a knee into the arm of Mad Dog Mark McKay, and oof! Ho, ho, ho! Karrion Kross tagged him with a headbutt. Wow! Bobby C's head slammed to the canvas. McKay misses with the driving knee. The Splendid one escorts Mad Dog to the corner. He puts on the brakes, puts Bobby into the corner, and Splendid Bobby C gets introduced to the turnbuckle face first. McKay playing a little game of tug-of-war with the arm of Splendid Bobby C. McKay again smashes the head into the turnbuckle. Splendid Bobby C in some trouble here. Here's a calf kick from McKay, who's definitely turning things around. The Mad Dog gets a hold of the trunks, measures the weight. Somebody introduced a chair in there. Vertical suplex dropping Bobby C dead center ring. Here's a pin attempt from Mad Dog Mark McKay, but not a strong one. And Bobby C shakes it off. McKay with a chop across the chest of Splendid Bobby C. Bobby whipped to the ropes. McKay ducks under a second time. Oh, kitchen sink knee to the gut. Mad Dog Mark McKay rallying the folks here in Fairfax. A running boot right to the face from Splendid Bobby C, who comes in on the tag. An enziguri from Mad Dog Mark McKay takes Splendid Sensational Fabulous down. Splendid Bobby C rounded up by McKay. There's a hard right to him. Mad Dog Mark McKay tagging anything with a pulse. Going after Sensational Fabulous as well in the far right corner. Starts yanking on his arm. McKay taking out both members of Team Splendid pretty well. An elbow to the face from Fabulous. Fabi gets a hold of McKay, sets him up against the ropes, and decides he's going to beat it out of town, turn it over to Splendid Bobby C. Bobby C moves in slow. McKay takes him down to the clothesline, drops him center ring. Mad Dog Mark McKay gathers him up for a knee breaker. McKay drives a knee into the arm of the Splendid one. Splendid Bobby C having some problems here as McKay repeats the move. The Mad Dog moves in again. Hard right hands to the head of Splendid Bobby C. Bobby catches a boot right to the face, right across the eyes. McKay going after Fabulous too and delivers a kick to the back. Oh, here's a pin. 1, 2. Another near fall. Somebody please get Scarlet Bordeaux's back out of the way next time. Mad Dog Mark McKay with a stomp to the head of the Splendid one, turning it over to Karrion Kross. And Kross makes his way in. Karrion Kross with a right to the back of the head of Bobby C. And another headbutt, taking him down to the mat. That's our Karrion Kross has done pretty well for himself since he got here into RWL. Splendid Bobby C tags Karrion Kross with a couple of right hands. Setting him up with a beat to the bow dram. 10 punches across the chest as Sensational Fabulous looks on. And as Miss Morse X and Scarlet Bordeaux trying to rally McKay and Kross to a win as Karrion Kross collapses on the outside. Sensational Fabulous rounds up Karrion Kross on the outside with the referee already counting. Rolled back inside the ring. Splendid Bobby C getting into it with both ladies, both Miss Morse X and Scarlet Bordeaux. Delivers the stomp to the head of Karrion Kross and beats it out of town, turns it over to Sensational Fabulous. Fabi with a kick, a right, a chop, Goes behind on Cross, and there's a pin with a suplex. 1, 2. Oh, just a 1. Well, that was kind of close. Here comes Mad Dog Mark McKay again on the tag. Fabi locks him up. Axe kick right to the face. Sensational Fabulous with a wrist clutch knee to the side of the head of Mad Dog Mark McKay, and he's going to go after Karrion Kross too. Couple of hard rights. A third one drops Kross to the floor. Over the top. Oh man, did you see that? Man, Sensational Fabulous is sailing over that top rope, turned himself into a human missile. There's a hip toss from Mad Dog Mark McKay on the outside. McKay rounds him up for a powerbomb, but looks like Fabi don't want to go. Karrion Kross getting directly involved here, and now they're both beating up on Fabi. Oh, man, 2 against 1. The numbers game has got him good. He tries to get McKay out of there. Karrion Kross makes his way back to his tag corner as the referee begins to count Mad Dog Mark McKay. There's another enziguri taking Karrion Kross out to the floor. McKay rolls himself back inside the ring. Clothesline from behind the head. Well, now McKay with a hard right. A set of running forearms from Sensational Fabulous. Fabi whips McKay to the ropes, misses with the running spear. McKay locked up again by Fabi, whipped to the ropes. Again misses the spear. This time McKay getting himself out of the way. Fabi whipped to the ropes, misses with the elbow, does McKay. And the running DDT definitely found the mark. Top of the head hitting that logo. Fabi on the he was on the apron. Got knocked down with a shoulder tackle. Scarlett Bordeaux assists him up. Oh, look at this. Man, she just rolled him back inside the ring. McKay with a leg drop across the arm of Sensational Fabulous. Fabi rounded up by McKay. There's a kick to the midsection. That was a nasty DDT right on the top of the dome. Mad Dog Mark McKay already busted open from this one. There's a chop across the chest. The Sensational Fabulous whip to the corner of the opposing team. And, nasty chop across the chest from McKay. Out goes Fabulous. Here's a pin. 1, 2. No. Again, Sensational Fabulous getting the left shoulder up. Sensational Fabulous caught in that spinning toe hold from Mad Dog Mark McKay. Splendid Bobby C makes the save for his team. McKay didn't appreciate it. Clothesline takes Splendid Bobby C down to the canvas. Sensational Fabulous still laid out as Karrion Kross comes in on the tag. Karrion Kross moves in on a fallen Sensational Fabulous. He counters quickly, gets back up on his feet, rebounds off the ropes. A flying punch takes Karrion Kross down to the mat. Here's a quick pin from Sensational Fabulous. 2. Karrion Kross still got a little too much steam in the tank. Fabi whips him to the ropes, makes the duck under. Hard shot to the midsection, but a cheap shot from McKay. But he goes right back to Karrion Kross again. Quick counter, a knee to the midsection from Karrion Kross. Fabi whipped to the ropes. He sets him up for the suplex, but no. Couple of hard right hands makes the argument. Hard right spins Karrion Kross around and into a sleeper hold from Sensational Fabulous. Countered with a jawjacker that sends him down to one knee. Karrion Kross back up on his feet first, locks it up with Fabi. What a boot to the face from Karrion Kross. Oh, he is mad. Karrion Kross looking very provoked as Sensational Fabulous makes his way out of town and turns it over to Splendid Bobby C. The Splendid One with a running boot to the face of Karrion Kross. Now, the momentum has gone back and forth a couple of times already. Bobby C with a running boot that sent Karrion Kross out to the floor. And look at this, going after Mad Dog Mark McKay as well. Another set of 10-count punches, this time going to Mad Dog Mark McKay as the ladies look on. They don't look too pleased. And out to the floor goes Mad Dog Mark McKay. Karrion Kross. Whoa! Team Splendid going the hell on out tonight. Over the top rope, high-risk maneuver takes down Karrion Kross again. Splendid Bobby C with a hard forearm takes Kross down to the mat with the referee still counting. The Splendid One setting up a set of wrist clutch baby steps stomps to the back. Surfboard stomps. Splendid Bobby C. Quickly hustles his way to the other side of the ring. Referee counting, but he just made his way back inside. Here comes Karrion Kross again. And Mad Dog Mark McKay about to catch the beats of the Bogran yet again. Splendid Bobby C. Coming up very aggressive. Team Splendid in general been real aggressive in this matchup. Out to the floor goes Mad Dog Mark McKay. There's a running fist for Karrion Kross, and here's a pin. 1, 2. He is going to do it without Mad Dog Mark McKay to make the save. Team Splendid picks up the win by pinfall.
All in all, a pretty splendid performance from Bobby and Fabi. And though they're a bit bruised and busted up, they're still going home with a pretty impressive win over a very tough team. I might even go so far as to say this has been one of their best matches since joining RWL.
Both teams were very efficient, but Team Splendid just had the little something extra they needed to slip past Kross and McKay, with Kross taking the 3-count fall for his team.
Not a bad day at the office for Bobby and Fabi. That is absolutely true. When we return after the break, Vivacious Virginia Austin.
Okay, last match of the first half features Dakota Kai of the future Endeavored, locking it up with the UK ladies Vivacious Virginia Austin.
Oh, now, Vivacious Virginia Austin and Ballarat Jack Jones. Well, that's going to be a colorful thing.
The following ladies contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Auckland, New Zealand, representing the future Endeavour, here is Dakota Kai.
Again this week, Dakota Kai letting Blair Davenport, Carmella, and Gigi Dolan take the back seat in this singles match with Virginia Austin. And seriously, there's a lot of fans who probably wouldn't mind to munch out.
Hang on a minute, Wally. Hang on a minute. Look at this. Virginia Austin making her entrance just a scooch early. Just a little bit ahead of Dakota Kai. I was trying to surprise her, but I guess it didn't work out too good. But, nonetheless, this match is now officially underway with Willie Johnson in there in the bell ring. And as it turns out, Dakota Kai was quite prepared for Virginia Austin. Austin whipped to the ropes. A knee to the knee. Well, that's different. Dakota Kai catches the right from Virginia Austin. Austin lines up the arm, slaps her in the back of the head. Gets a hold on Dakota Kai. There's a whip. Taken down to the canvas. And here we go. Here's an old favorite. Stamping on the hair. Now, that's just cruel. But then Virginia Austin has been picking up lessons from Grace Fenwick, hasn't she? A gouge to the face to Dakota Kai. Goes behind on her rear waist lock. A rake to the back. Man, Virginia Austin just being vicious as all hell. There's a knee to the head. All this in addition to trying to sneak up on Dakota Kai. Oh, man, she's just having herself a great old time in there. And the fans are definitely fascinated. Virginia Austin, a hard forearm to Dakota Kai, takes her down to the mat. Dakota, round, disrespectful slap to the face from Virginia Austin. Ballarat Jack Jones, new lovely, catches the shot, delivers a kick to Dakota Kai, locks her up, whips her towards the ropes. Here she comes, ducks under, and leapfrog it, and here she comes. Ooh, man, they've beaten her head against the canvas. Dakota Kai counters with a kick to Virginia Austin. Virginia Austin locks her up, escorts her towards the ropes. Dakota Kai turned around and choked against the top rope by Vivacious Virginia Austin. Down to one knee. Now draped over the middle rope, Virginia Austin driving that knee into the back of Dakota Kai. Dakota counters with a pair of boots. Quickly back up on her feet, delivers a kick to Virginia Austin. Makes her way out and back in for a reset. Whips Austin to the rope, over the top rope and out onto the floor. Well, excuse the hell out of me. Virginia Austin makes her way back inside the ring and misses that shot with Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai whips her to the ropes. Another hard knee to the knee. Dakota Kai drives another knee into the arm of Virginia Austin. Austin catches a kick to the head and a knee to the back. Dakota Kai turning it around here. She's got the upper hand at the moment. Crossbody across the back of vicious Virginia Austin. Rolls her over, goes for the cover, and hooks the leg here. 1, 2, nothing new. Virginia Austin kicking out of the pin. Ballarat Jack Jones looking on. And his new honey, there's a shot to the midsection from Virginia Austin. Tried for the abdominal stretch, but quickly countered, but an elbow from Virginia. And another elbow takes Dakota Kai down to the canvas. Another knee to the head of Dakota Kai. A stomp to the back of the head as Virginia Austin snatches the momentum away just as quick as she got it, and boom! Oh, miscalculated on that one. Oh. Virginia Austin rolls to the outside. Dakota Kai takes herself to the top right turnbuckle. And here we go. Oof! Missile drop kick and a beauty from Dakota Kai. There's a stomp to the arm on the outside. Referee already counting. Oh man, a couple of sadistic stomps to the face. Virginia Austin counters with a kick, quickly gets back up on her feet. Quickly countered by Dakota Kai with a forearm. Counters with a kick to the midsection. Misses with a right. Dakota Kai catches an elbow to the nose. Virginia Austin goes behind on her. And a back wrestling takedown with a helicopter spin. As the referee continues to count, a disrespectful slap to the head. And now Virginia Austin putting the boot to the throat of Dakota Kai. Man. Another one of these two playing around. There's a kick to the back from Virginia Austin. A stomp to the face. And a grinding of the face into the floor. Yeah, she has definitely been taking pointers from Grace Fenwick on sadism. No question about that. There's a shot to the midsection from Dakota Kai. Dakota makes her way back into the ring before the count elapses. Over here trash talking. That was a big mistake. Ooh, right across the ropes. Oh, man. Virginia Austin catches a kick to the midsection. Dakota Kai setting something up here. Ooh, what a nasty spinning neck break from Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai with a slap to the face of Virginia Austin, followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Virginia counters with a kick to the head. Back up on her feet, gets a hold of Dakota Kai by the wrists and ankles, and drags her towards the middle of the ring. Dakota Kai quickly trying to get back up on her feet. Virginia Austin right there to spoil the party. Kick to the head. Oh, man, down did she go. Virginia Austin stalking Dakota Kai here. There's the kick to the midsection, and here it comes, the good night kiss. Oh, man, what a nasty DDT right there. Virginia Austin countered by Dakota Kai, back up on her feet. A right, a kick, and a spin kick, and a kick to the midsection, and a DDT from Dakota Kai. A nice chain of combination of moves. Virginia Austin on the outside apron, making her way to a standing position. Dakota Kai attacks her with a right, and down she goes. Dakota Kai doing a little bit of showboating here. Virginia Austin stunned on the outside. Dakota Kai comes out after her. Ballarat Jack Jones gives the ladies a wide berth. There's a kick and a DDT from Virginia Austin to Dakota Kai. Dakota, rounded up by Virginia Austin, rolls back inside the ring. The referee continuing to count. Virginia Austin showboating on the apron. How many times have I warned you people about that? Austin back inside the ring. Dakota Kai gets a hold of her, whips her to the ropes, ducks under. Here comes Austin. Another leapfrog. And, ooh, tried for the knee to the midsection, but didn't quite connect. Dakota Kai whipped to the ropes. There's a hip toss from Virginia Austin. Austin moves towards the corner, up to the middle rope, and there's a diving crossbody across the back of Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai locked up again. The arm wound up. Another slap to the back of the head. Virginia Austin rounds her up into a front cradle, takes a walk over to the far left corner. Willie Johnson gets the hell out of the way. He just got scoop slammed. Virginia Austin with a drop kick to the back of the head of Dakota Kai. Look at Willie Johnson. He's so terrified he's trembling. Oh, man. Virginia Austin. Not sure what she planned to do there. But there is a stomp to the arm of Dakota Kai, and here's a pin attempt. Here's the ref. Oh, Dakota Kai quickly reaching out for that rope. Didn't even get a count of two. Virginia Austin certainly frustrated with that one. Austin rounds up Dakota Kai, winds up the arm on her, slaps her in the back of the head one more time, gets a hold on her, whips her to the far right corner. Dakota Kai catching a boot to the throat from Virginia Austin. Oh, man. This one's been wild so far. Here's a kick to the midsection. Grabs her by the ankles and alley-oops Dakota Kai out of the corner. Dakota Kai catches a stomp to the arm from Virginia Austin. Oh, yeah, she's provoked all right. Dakota Kai on the outside apron, using the ropes to get herself stood up again. There's a right from Virginia. Gets a hold on her. Ooh, hung up on the rope by Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai makes her way back in, catches a kick to the midsection. There's another whip. And now taking down to the canvas, and one more time. Just stepping on the hair. And that is some painful business right there. Virginia Austin charges, catches a kick to the face from Dakota Kai. Dakota rounds up Austin, trying to turn things around here. Austin whipped to the ropes, puts on the brakes, gets a hold. Oh, Dakota Kai gets a hold on her. There's another snapmare. A rebound off the ropes and a knee right to the face of Virginia Austin. Dakota Kai rounds her up, turn things around here. Whipped into the corner. Dakota Kai. Here she goes. She's warming it up. Boom! Big time kick right to the face in the corner. And now boots to the face of Virginia Austin. Dakota Kai rebounds off the ropes, and there's a face wash. Virginia Austin rolls towards center. Dakota Kai covers and hooks the leg here. 1, 2. Wait a minute. No referee, no count. What in the hell's going on here? Virginia Austin's laid out. Here's Willie Johnson. 1, 2. Must have been Ballarat Jack off camera, either manipulating the turnbuckles or in some other way distracting referee Willie Johnson. Virginia up over the shoulders. Oh man, wicked knee to the skull. Here's a cover from Dakota Kai again. 1, 2. That one took hold, but only a 2. And Dakota Kai is frustrated. Virginia Austin struggling to get to a standing position. A series of short kicks right to the head, and right back down she goes. Dakota Kai drives another knee into the arm of Virginia Austin. Dakota makes her way to the corner, makes her way up the turnbuckle, and here we go, Virginia Austin coming up to a standing position here. Dakota Kai's got her target. Whoa, shut up. She just caught her and screw slammed her. Oh, hell. Virginia Austin with a wicked strength super kick to the face of Dakota Kai. Dakota rounded up again. There's another kick to the midsection, and here comes the long good night one more time. That's probably going to be about the end of it. Virginia Austin covers, hooks the leg. Dakota Kai's out. 1, 2. 3. Yeah, you can forget about this one. Virginia Austin picking up the win over Dakota Kai by pinfall.
Yikes, what the hell is that noise? And who the heck is that?
Don't know. Can't say I've ever seen her before.
Oh yeah, we have. Holy old hell. That is Jessica Goldman. What the hell happened with her?
Well, turns out the sectarians didn't get her at all. But she's definitely looking way the heck different. Darkened her hair, a definitely new look. But forget all that. She's heading straight for Virginia Austin. And after almost a month off the radar, looks like Jessica's back to pick up where she left off with Virginia Austin.
And the last time she left off, they had to drag her out of here.
Here she comes, and Virginia is coiled like an animal ready to strike.
Oh, here we go. Elbow across the face of Jessica Goldman. I don't believe it. Well, it's true. At least the sectarians didn't get her. There's a slap across the head from Virginia. Austin, not caught by surprise exactly by Jessica Goldman. Now Virginia Austin choking her on the top rope. I do not believe it. She's been gone almost a month. And now she's come back and I don't know what the hell happened. She's like, she's all weirded out. But then again, she just spent a month in the booby hatch, so who can say? Set of hard shots to the face of Virginia Austin. There's a head scissors taking her down, dropping her right on the top of the dome. And a running kick to the face of vivacious Virginia Austin. Jessica Goldman really starting to lay it in here. There's a boot right to the face. And she's been waiting a whole month to get this one on. Virginia Austin getting onto a standing position. Here comes oh, man. Oh, what a wicked kick. Down goes Virginia. Jessica Goldman gets a hold of her legs. Virginia Austin gets both knees driven into the canvas. Wow. I don't believe. Shut up, Virginia Austin and Jessica Goldman. Oh, wow. Well, you got to keep in mind, folks. A couple of months ago, Ballarat Jack Jones dispatched Virginia Austin from the UK ladies. And she went berserk and she wound up in a hospital. Was in there for a while, and when she got out, she just disappeared. And now she is definitely back, and oh man, I don't believe it. Virginia Austin with a stomp to the arm of Jessica Goldman. Goldman back up on her feet. There's a hard right, there's a slap, there's a chop, there's another elbow to the face. Virginia Austin taking the battle to Jessica Goldman here. Oh man, beating her head against the canvas. Pretty close to that steel chair she brought into the ring. Virginia Austin slams the head of Jessica Goldman into the mat, follows that up with a stomp to the face. Tried for a stomp to the back of the head, but Jessica Goldman countered. Man, she is relentless, huh? Virginia Austin has taken her to town, and she's still going for more. There's a bulldog. That might solve the problem right there. Virginia Austin with a hard forearm takes Jessica Goldman down to the canvas. Virginia rolls to the outside, goes under the ring looking for a little something extra, comes up with a kendo stick. Jessica Goldman momentarily stunned. Ooh, swing and a miss from Virginia Austin. A shot to the midsection from Jessica Goldman. Couple of hard shots and a drop kick to the knee of Virginia Austin. Set of hard right hands to the head, mounted punches, followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Jessica Goldman relentless in her attack on Virginia Austin, the woman who replaced her in the UK ladies. And in the heart of Ballarat, Jack Jones. I'm still catching flies over here. Virginia Austin caught for a double wrist suplex all the way up on the middle rope. Jessica Goldman waiting for Virginia Austin to get herself stood up. Here we go. Oh, misses with the kick. Bounces off the top back of her head. Virginia Austin sets her up for an abdominal stretch, trying to wear her out. She's not going to get a submission. This is not a match. He's just trying to wear her out. Jessica Goldman with a couple of shots to the face, another head scissor, and drops Virginia Austin right on the top of her head again. Running knee to the face, down goes Virginia Austin. Jessica Goldman with that chair. Oh, damn. Just brained her with the chair, went after the knee. Well, surprised she isn't doing more. Jessica Goldman rounds up Austin. Austin counters with a kick to the midsection. They lock it up again. Unbelievable. Wow, this is a surprise. Hung up off the top rope. Virginia Austin takes down Jessica Goldman, rounds up that steel chair. Swings and misses. Nails it with that time right in the front of the face. Virginia Austin, mighty mad. There's another shot to the back of the leg. Jessica Goldman quickly rolls to the outside. Virginia Austin menacing her with that chair. Off the ropes, there's a flying punch from Jessica Goldman to Virginia Austin. Austin catches it right. Jessica Goldman takes Austin towards the ropes, ducks under, leapfrogs. A collision with no result. Goldman locks it up. A set of short kicks to the head of Virginia Austin, and down she goes. Jessica Goldman's got that chair again. Oh, man. He is definitely not well. Jessica Goldman makes her way to the middle rope. Off the rope, drives the knee into the midsection of Virginia. Into the face of Virginia Austin. A stomp to the midsection. Austin rounded up from behind into a crossface. Again, this ain't a match. This is just a blatant attack on the part of Jessica Goldman, who's been gone for the better part of a month. Virginia Austin counters with elbows to the face of Jessica Goldman. Oh, man, I don't believe it. Whip to the corner. There's an elbow. Down goes Goldman. Jessica Goldman laid out in the corner. Virginia Austin rounds up another kendo stick. Oh, right in the face. And there's a second one. Down goes Jessica Goldman. Virginia Austin showing off with that kendo stick. There's a shot that disarms her. There's another. There's a slap across the chest. There's turning back first. And a clothesline. There's Austin down. Jessica Goldman with another clothesline. puts the brakes on Austin. There's a sweep of the leg, and down she goes. Virginia Austin is lit up. This is insane. I almost making me wish the sectarians did get her. There's a kick to the face. This result is even worse. Virginia Austin stalking Jessica Goldman. There's a kick to the midsection. And she's going to give her the long goodnight kiss. Boom, there it is, right off the top of the dome. And Jessica Goldman, I think she just knocked her out. Virginia Austin, going under the ring again, comes up with yet another candlestick. And starts beating the hell out of Jessica Goldman with it. Goldman trying to rule to safety. Virginia Austin tags her with a couple of shots with that candlestick. She rolls out of the way. Jessica Goldman disarms Virginia Austin, has her up over the shoulders in the front of the and slams her face down into the candlestick. And she is motionless. Jessica Goldman rounds up that same candlestick and proceeds to beat the living hell out of Virginia Austin with it. Oh, just broke the thing across her. Oh, now what the hell? Shut up, what is going on? Jessica Goldman waiting for somebody to come down that ramp, but so far nobody has. And with good reason. Look at this, Grace Fenwick backs her across the face with that steel chair and just beats it out of town. Both ladies laid out. What a mess we got going here. Ladies and gentlemen, that takes care of the first half of tonight's Snarl. We'll be back with the second half in just a minute.